The year was 1872, and the Atlantic Ocean was quiet. Too quiet. A lone ship drifted with no command, no destination, and no explanation. The sailors approaching it felt the kind of silence that squeezes your lungs. This ship was the Mary Celeste. They found no one on deck, not a single footprint in the fresh sea dust. The cabins looked lived in, but frozen in time. Breakfast was ready, a cup of tea still warm, almost as if the drinker had just stepped out. The ship was not robbed, the hull was intact, but the lifeboat was missing, and the last ship's log entry described calm seas. Nothing more. Captain Benjamin Briggs was known for his discipline, fairness, and caution. He traveled with his wife Sarah and their little daughter Sophia. The rest of the crew were stable men with excellent reputations. This was not a group that panicked easily, yet somehow they were gone. Some believe the crew rose against Captain Briggs, but nothing was broken. No signs of a fight, no blood, no chaos. Briggs was respected, not feared. And why abandon a perfectly seaworthy ship? Mutiny requires motive, but on Mary Celeste, there was none. Some think pirates attacked the ship, Barbary corsairs, or even rogue sailors. But pirates don't leave valuables behind. They don't leave food untouched, and they certainly don't leave cargo worth a fortune. Besides, there was no damage from firearms or blades. Mary Celeste looked abandoned, not attacked. A dramatic theory claims a giant squid or unknown creature dragged the crew away. But creatures don't take lifeboats. They don't leave everything else orderly. Still, sailors in the 1800s often reported massive tentacles brushing their ships at night. A monster? Unlikely, but not impossible in the darkest parts of the Atlantic. This is the theory most historians accept. Mary Celeste carried industrial alcohol that could leak fumes if barrels expanded. Imagine the crew smelling the fumes. Then a loud boom. Not a fire, but a sudden pressure wave known as a cold explosion. No flames, no smoke, just a terrifying blast of air. Captain Briggs, fearing a much larger explosion, may have ordered everyone into the lifeboat temporarily. They tied the lifeboat to the ship with a rope, planning to return. But a sudden wind or a breaking wave could snap the rope, separating them from the ship forever. Alone, drifting in the mist, the crew would slowly disappear into the endless Atlantic. Their bodies were never found. A rogue wave might have struck suddenly, forcing the crew to evacuate in fear the ship would capsize. But the Mary Celeste was found upright, unbroken, and undamaged. Still, rogue waves can terrify even the bravest sailors. Some scientists believe the crew might have suffered hallucinations from moldy grain or toxic vapors. Fear can make even rational sailors abandon ship. But this theory doesn't explain the missing lifeboat or the neat condition of the ship. Some think the captain made one wrong decision, a miscalculation of distance, a misread of the weather, or a misunderstood danger. A moment of fear, followed by a choice they never got to correct. Some sailors whisper that the Mary Celeste was cursed from the moment it touched the water. Every owner who tried to use it met bad luck, injury, or death. In the end, corrupt owners tried to destroy the ship for insurance, and they too died in the process. Maybe it wasn't mutiny. Maybe it wasn't pirates. Maybe it wasn't monsters, or alcohol, or storms. Maybe the sea simply takes what it wants, when it wants. The Mary Celeste remains a ghost ship, forever drifting in the imagination of the world.